In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Brothers and sisters, praise the Lord. I welcome you to this study of daily scripture reflection. Today we will reflect on Gospel of Matthew, chapter 8, verse 29. Let's read. What have you to do with us, Son of God? Have you come here to torment us before the time? Yes, my dear brothers and sisters, before we reflect on this particular verse, let us understand this narrative, this text, which is of Jesus healing the Gadarene demoniac. We will find this record in Synoptic's Gospel, the Gospel of Matthew, Mark and Luke. We are taking today from the Gospel of Matthew, but we also see that this records in the Gospel of Mark and Luke. This episode is mentioned over there also, but a little minor changes, minor differences you will see. But the condition is same. That is two condition. That is which we see, that demons possession. Okay, and also we will see the power Jesus has over the spirit world. So the narrative Matthew records over here of the two demoniacs, we see that it's a place, it is from the place called Gadara. The people are called as Gadarenes, and this place is 6 miles away from the eastern shore of Galilee. And we see that this place and 9 other cities, a total of 10 cities which are of non-Jewish, which are of a people who are Gentiles, okay, living there. And Roman Empire has their empire been reigned with the name called Decapolis, because of the 10 different places, 10 different cities league that was established. And so we see here the story, the two demoniacs, they were very fierce, kind of. They were very harmful. They were very destructive. Even people tried to chain them, okay, bind them with the chains. They had some inner strength, okay, which was different from any human being's strength, and they would just break that chain, and they would just harm, they would just destroy, and they would bruise themselves, okay. And that was the state over there. They were also naked, without clothes, so they were totally possessed with the demons. And what we see later on, Jesus, who has just finished the episode of calming the storm, okay, and he steps down on that land, and we see these two demoniacs come towards him, raising up these two questions. That is, what have you to do with us, Son of God? Second question, have you come to torment us before the appointed time? So, my dear friends, Catechism of Catholic Church teaches us who demons are. They were a good creatures of God. Okay? Lucifer, who is called as Satan, and the 1/3 angel rebelled against God's will, and they are thrown from the heaven. And these are all 1/3 angels in rebellion, serving Lucifer, who is no more Lucifer but Satan. And they are continuously doing the work of Satan. So demons are spirit beings who are serving Lucifer, Satan, and destroying people and also working against the will of God. Yes, my dear friends, just as two demoniacs, moment they received that deliverance, that miracle, that healing, they wanted to be with Jesus. It was a different experience for them. But Jesus told them to go back home and tell the people of that place what God has done to them. And in obedience, they did go, and God used them as a most powerful instrument. They were witnesses for Christ, and those non-Jewish people, the Gentile people, totally were amazed with this healing, with this miracle that has happened with them. Lord used them. Their weaknesses were used to glorify God. So my dear friends, even when we have certain weaknesses, we have certain possession, Lord is going to use that for the glory of His. Are you ready to be detached from that possession? And after receiving that deliverance and after healing, are you ready to be the most powerful instrument of God? We also see the mention of these fallen angels in the letter of Jude, chapter 1, verse 6, which says, "And the angels who did not keep their own position but left their proper dwellings, He has kept in eternal chains in deepest darkness for the judgment of the great day." So, judgment day of these angels, fallen angels, are also there, these demons. And so, even the judgment of human beings will be there. The question is, are we recognizing Christ? The demons recognize Christ. Are we in our daily lives recognizing that Christ is waiting for you to come and make Him as your deliverer, as your healer, as your miracle worker? Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Yes, my dear friends. He is there in your life. Are you so much lost in this world with the kind of detachment or attachment? We need to reflect that possession is not only of demons, but there are other kind of possession which we possess, which is making you slowly go away from the saving presence of Christ. He is waiting for you to surround you with His love. But how far I am from God. Perhaps I am so much into the world that I am not even taking a minute to know what is the plan of God to me. Yes, my dear friends, let's pray that these worldly possessions that we have that we may detach and go to Him and take His presence in this world and be the light for this world. Jesus has not only power over the spirit world, but He also has the power in this world where we are living in. Amen.